Every good story starts with
everyone.
Just kidding. I got this copy of Jane Eyre in kind of a neat way. We were on a train ride to North Dakota and there was a lady sitting in front of us and she saw me reading Aragon out loud to Joey, Jacob, and Emma. And she was like, "Oh, do you guys like to read?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, we love to read." So after she left, we found this copy of Jane Eyre tucked under one of our seats and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And so that made me want to read it. And I am so glad that I did. Hi guys, so this week we're going to be starting doing a thing that hopefully we're going to make a habit of, and that is read it classics. So every 3 to 4 weeks we want to set aside a week just to review a classic book. So if you have any suggestions of one that you want us to review, go ahead and put it in the comments. This week we're going to be reviewing Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. It's about this girl who gets orphaned when she's really young and is brought up by her aunt and horrible cousins. She has a girl and a boy cousin. It's just a really sad life, but she is a little girl that you just love because she loves to read. That's like her escape. So she's read through all the books in their library. She's read through the entire Bible. It makes her a really complex character. So without further ado, Joey and I giving you a review on Jane Eyre.
So her cousins are awful. So her aunt decides to send her away to a school for girls.
The headmaster is a witch, except for he's a guy.
The girls are pretty much starved to death, they freeze, and they get sick and die all the time. She grows up and she teaches at the boarding school for a while. Finally, she decides to write away for a job as a governess, and she gets a reply back. So she just packs up everything and leaves.
So she gets hired by a Mr. Rochester from an estate called Thornfield to tutor this one little girl, and she's a little French girl, and everybody says that this girl is Mr. Rochester's daughter, even though he was never married, but he says, "Oh no, it wasn't my daughter, I'm just really good."
It's just my ward. I was just like friends with their mother.
All of a sudden things start to happen at Thornfield that make the story interesting.
So, I love Jane. She is one of my most favorite fictional character of all time. She's really smart, but she taught herself. Like, she would run away and hide from her cousins and read. She never, throughout the entire book, crosses her boundaries. She never compromises.
Yeah.
Mr. Rochester.
I always wonder, why did Charlotte Bronte write this guy?
We don't understand what's going through his little mind. I don't really like him until, like,
I like him
the
at the
end of the book.
I do. You
like him a lot at the end. Jane has no idea about his past, and he has this awful past. When you finally do get to learn about Mr. Rochester's past, it's probably like 2 chapters long, and he like tells her all about his past.
You get to hear Jane's inner turmoil that she's going through, trying to decide what she's going to do now that she knows what his past is.
At one point in time, she leaves Thornfield, and she goes to live with these 2 sisters and their brother, the pastor, Saint John. He, my least favorite character of the entire book. I think I dislike him more than her aunt. He proposes to Jane, and she's like, "No,
I'll go be on the mission field with you, but I don't want to get married to you." And he's like, "We must get married.
Can't I just go as your sister?
We must get married."
And you're just like, and so finally she just packs up one night and leaves, which is exactly what I would do. There's a reason this is a classic.
Yeah,
it
actually deserves the title of classic.
Out of 10 stars,
I would give it an 8, a solid 8.
I'm gonna say a 9.
Age group, probably
15 and up.
All girls should read it at some point in their life because it is just so good. Thanks for watching our very first Read It Classics week. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week. Alright.
Read it.
Off to like India?
No, it's some weird place because they speak a different language. I think it's
they speak a different language in India.
I know.